Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
Hey, what's happening, family? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz, look, we're diving deep and we're keeping it real. So please do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. Yes, y'all. Yes. Look, we have a lot of stories to share this evening with you all. I hope you all are having a wonderful evening, by the way. Thank you so much for taking the time and chopping it with us here on the program. I wanted to continue talking about Giants has a new coach, a very popular coach, that is in John Harbaugh, the former longtime Baltimore Ravens coach who served as their head coach for 18 seasons. Yeah, 18 seasons. Left out of there with winning a ring, and took them to the playoffs in multiple occasions. I mean, look, had a great tenure as their head coach. Excuse me, but when you constantly kind of make it to the exact same place each and every year, and you don't see any improvement, it's time to, okay, we have to move on. And look, you can't say, okay, they fired him after, or at least parted ways in the kind way to say it, parted ways after a season or two. No, it was damn near 20 years. So he they end up, end of an era in Baltimore. They had a great season, great players, but just no cigar, right? Didn't capitalize and make it further in the playoffs. But personally, in my opinion, when I see folks like John Harbaugh, or even like Mike Tomlin, for example, because Mike Tomlin is no longer the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. When I look at those like two areas, it's like, okay, I'm under the impression that those guys are going to retire as retire from coaching in that, with the organization, right? They're never going to leave an organization because they've been there so long. But it's not the case for Harbaugh. I personally would have done this. I've had almost 20 years. I have my overall record as a coach is first ballot Hall of Fame worthy. I have a Super Bowl. I made it to multiple playoff. I've had multiple playoff appearances. I've coached Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers. I think I can say, well done for my head coach career, and possibly go into sports and sports commentating, or just investing and just enjoy the family, enjoy being outside of the be outside of the outside of the football league. You know what I mean? Just like I could chill. But that's not the case for John Harbaugh. I started off talking about his new home, what's going to be his new home for the next NFL season. He is heading to New York, and no, he's not coaching the Jets. He is coaching the New York Giants, which, I'll be honest, football in the NFL, New York teams are not great. You either want to if I coach, or if I sign on to play as a Jet or as a Giant, it's the end of my career. Like, literally, like it's not great improvement right now. Excuse me. But in New York, they had they had some new names added to their rosters past season, rookies that have really been improving. And it's like, did Harbaugh make the right decision? And is he is he going to be cooking with some? Does he have some good ingredients? Is what I'm saying. Does he have some great ingredients? And so let me just share just a few of those names. I know one gentleman's name was it Scatabooey? I believe that was a gentleman's name who was their running back who had a where is he? Well, of course they had Russell Wilson, which didn't have quite the season he wanted to. Really, Russell Wilson should, call it a career, in my opinion. Jameis Winston was their backup. Jackson Dart. Remember that name, Jackson Dart. New to the squad, new to the league, a household name in New York right now. Where is let's see here. Okay, I know I'm not tripping here, y'all. I'm trying to look up the gentleman's name. Here we Scatterbo, Cam Scatterbo, Skattebo. I'm talking a workhorse, right? Fan favorite. He had a season-ending injury almost towards the end of last season. Currently on injured reserve for an ankle injury. But let's hope he has a speedy recovery. Fourth round draft pick out of Arizona State. Again, somebody to keep an eye on. In addition to New York having some pretty good pieces there, well, also Harbaugh ended up having quite of a great pay raise. He received $100 million over the next 5 years. I like it. Smart choice. In addition to that, y'all, we also got some news to share with you in the world of politics. Also, some news to share with you in the world of entertainment. So, we got a lot to chop it up with you all on today's show. We'll finish talking about Harbaugh after we head to a commercial break. But before we do that, I always have to remind you all ways you can support the show simply by liking and subscribing to our YouTube channel. For those who are watching us right now on YouTube, like, subscribe, share with a friend, share with family. You can also check out past episodes of the Arrington Gavin Show on Goatverse TV. That's right, Goatverse TV. All you have to do is just download the app. It's available in your the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire TV. You can listen to us on the go wherever you get your podcasts, whether that's Apple, Spotify, iHeart, just name a few. And also you can check us out on the radio airwaves. Shout out to some of our affiliates. Shout out to WBOK, 12:30 a.m. in New Orleans. Also shout out to our affiliate WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk out in the Metro Atlanta area. We drop new episodes of the Arrington Gavin Show on our platforms, YouTube and on streaming platforms, Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. WBOK out in New Orleans, you can listen to the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time, and then WDJY out in Metro Atlanta area, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. So there you go. Those are ways you can chime in and listen to what we got going on. Also, follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram preferably, but we're also on Substack. We're also on Facebook. What else am I missing here? We're also on TikTok. Yes, you can check us out on TikTok as well. So we're on a slew. We're in a slew of platforms. And if you want to get in contact with me, be sure to send us an email. All you have to do is go to our website, visit our website, www.theagshow, A as in Apple, G as in George, show.com. All right, my friends, What we're going to do, we're going to head to a quick commercial break. Do not go anywhere. You're listening to the Arrington Gavin Show.
6'10", number one pick, 16 seasons, college player of the year, all-rookie standout. Joe Smith built a career on grit, consistency, and showing up.
Greatness isn't just about the game. It's about how you show up every day. Rugged Evolution now offers body care products for every man, because not every man wears a beard, but every man deserves care. Greatness doesn't fade.
It evolves. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Every beard deserves to be legendary, and every man deserves care.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs. And we're gonna bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back to the show. As I mentioned, I just wanted to share just a little bit of it more info on the recent news about former Baltimore Ravens longtime head coach John Harbaugh now heading to New York. Says that he promises, y'all. He promises them. This report about Fox News. John Harbaugh shares with New York that it's gonna be promises a brand new New York Giants. Now let's kind of go back. New York Giants was, I would say, one of the teams that folks wanted to play for. Like, I mean, for when it was New York, right? You had great, rich history with the, in playing for the Jets. You got rich history playing for the Giants. Giants has 2 rings. I'm sorry. I think their organization had more than 2. Because I know Eli had 2 rings and did his whole career with the Giants. I believe Bill Parcells, didn't he win 1 or 2? I'm pretty sure he did. But New York was a very popular franchise, and so after that, it's just they kind of it really fell off, and they've been struggling ever since. Once they brought in Russell Wilson, they're like, okay, we got a veteran QB again, another Super Bowl, someone who has won a Super Bowl, great leadership skills. We're in a new place. Russell is not the same Russell anymore. Now, that's not to say he's not a great QB, right? But when he won a Super Bowl with Seattle's defense won that Super Bowl. Now, Russell helped lead the team because QB is always, the leader, team captain most of the time. He helped lead them to that Super Bowl, but they had a defense like no other, the Legion of Boom. So that contributed a lot to that. Not trying to spend too much time on this, but again, New York just, they always fell short. They always had fallen short. And it's just, I think this is hope for them, but it's also a huge gamble for John Harbaugh. And what I mean by that is John Harbaugh already has as I mentioned, a first ballot Hall of Fame coaching record. Me personally, I don't want to ruin that. Let me leave out while I'm still on top. Don't let me finish on, at the bottom. I mean, look, we've witnessed probably one of or the greatest head football coach of all time, and Bill Belichick head over to coach college at UNC Chapel Hill. Did not have the career he wanted, and now that puts effect on his overall coaching record. Now, maybe you can separate the NFL coaching record to his collegiate, but sometimes you just put it all together. Just put it all together. If he would have coached high school, you put it all together. I'm not trying to mess up my legacy. So that's what I'm saying. It's a gamble for John Harbaugh. It's a lot of distractions too in New York. Not saying he's the guy that gets distracted easy, because he doesn't. He's a coach. He's led players the whole entire time. But now you're dealing with players that are in a city that draws a lot of attention, right? A lot of publicity. New York City is the mecca when it comes to all things entertainment. And so, the weather is fine for him. He's already coming from he's from Ohio. He's coming from Baltimore, Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore had a little, downtownish areas, nothing compared to, the Big Apple, but it is two different places. I think it's great for the city of New York. It gives them a slightly hope, but we will see. Yeah, that's all I can say. We will see. I mean, I guess I'll leave it with you all. What do you think about this signing? Do you see this as great for New York? Or do you see this more great for John Harbaugh, because he could be the guy that can really change New York's curse, I guess, when it comes to how their luck has been. They've been through so many quarterbacks, they've been through so many coaches. Yeah, what's your thoughts on it? I'm very curious. Be sure to share me your thoughts again by visiting our website, www.theagshow.com. All right, my friends, look, let's move it on. I want to let's head over to, what do we want to head over right now? Let's head over to some entertainment news. So, first quick story I want to share with you all is, remember a while back I had spoken about actor Mickey Rourke, who, very iconic actor, by the way, in Hollywood. And there was a GoFundMe page that was created for him saying, please donate to this GoFundMe to help Mickey Rourke not get evicted from his home that he is staying at in Los Angeles. He was staying at a home that was, I believe, start off as $5,200 a month, went up to $7,000, a little over $7,000 a month. He couldn't afford it. He was going to get evicted. So they were saying, hey, please, if you've always appreciated Mickey Rourke and you know his story, this and the other, we would appreciate if you can donate to this, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Fast forward to that, Mickey Rourke put out a statement, a video on his social media, calling the whole entire thing embarrassing, sad. He's like, I never accept money for anybody, this and the other. And hey, I get it. You don't want your business out like that, but when you're in the public eye, that happens. Especially being Mickey Rourke. We've seen him in all different things, right? With addiction, with this, with that. And so he said he was embarrassing, and please, if you have donated, please find a way to get your money back, but just do not donate. Okay, so he's saying everything is fine. It's embarrassing. I didn't ask for this. Don't do it. Okay. Now fast forward. Now he never said he was good with money. He never said that. He just said this whole GoFundMe, just stop it. It's not, it's not me, this and that and the other. I'm not quite calling it a scam, because he said he knows somebody who is probably behind it. Again, I think this was a more prideful thing to him. I think whoever created it was really looking out for his best interest. And the reason why I say that, guys, is because TMZ recently reported that Mickey Rourke is not, I want to say mourning because his dog has not passed, but his dog needs a heart surgery. Okay. Says here, beloved pup of Mickey Rourke is facing a life-threatening health crisis, and the cost of essential surgery could be more than the actor can bear. Okay, sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ's Mickey's longtime dog Ivan is suffering from heart disease and needs an operation, one that doesn't come cheap. Let's We all know this for those who are uh, animal owners. Uh, yeah, sometimes it's more to take care of an animal than it is to take care of a human. I know this firsthand because, well, I have a dog, a small dog, and when my dog is sick, or I mean, hell, haircuts already is expensive, but when my dog gets sick, phew, we just had him had a checkup for because he has allergies. Okay, he has allergies, and we were either trying to test out maybe a new medicine or a shot to for him to take that he had to take monthly. My wife had asked how much this shot would be. Doctor told us, and we were like, you know what, we'll stick with pills right now. We will stick with the pills right now, doc. We gonna stick with that. And when the Lord bless us with a little more funds, then maybe we will try that other option. But right now, Carter, you're gonna have to keep on sneezing, buddy. No, I'm joking. But seriously, it's expensive as hell. It's expensive as hell. So they shared some of the cost of this operation. So it's that they were told the procedure will cost around 10 racks, y'all, $10,000, and Ivan could potentially require a second surgery, costing it an additional $6,000 to $8,000. I mean, good lord, good lord. Making matters even more complicated, says here the actor is in dire strait and doesn't have the money on hand to pay for the procedure. Mickey has just checked into a hotel with Ivan 2 weeks ago. Okay, so this is new. So why would he check? Why did he check into a hotel? I thought he was perfectly fine with the place he was staying at in the last time. And they mentioned what I just shared with you all earlier. Mickey effective effect. Yeah, I am blanking on this word. Effectively, how can I say that? I'm gonna skip over it. Basically, Mickey Rourke rejected a GoFundMe set up to help him stay afloat and avoid eviction, despite it raising more than $100,000. The GoFundMe spokes tells us donation refunds were issued, and donors will get 100% of their contributions back. Now, look, this is a perfect example. I say it again of y'all swallow your pride. You have to realize when you are a public figure that has really, you have to realize the impact that you have when you have a fan base and you've really touched lives to the point where they will donate money to you. I'm sorry if I know I need it. That's just something I will have to swallow pride. Because let's be honest here, we've all heard stories of when celebrities they hit financial struggles, but when the community gives back, when the public gives back, because you've blessed community with your talent, with great films, with your personality, they're like, oh no, we want to do something to help you. The first thing I could think of is I'm forgetting the gentleman's name, but he was the actor from the Cosby Show who played, I don't know which kid, one of the girls' husband on the show, because they had like two twin kids, I think two like two twins, and on the show. But this actor went on in real life. There was a picture showing him working at Trader Joe's, working as a cashier, and they're like, "Holy crap, isn't that such and such?" And he admitted he was on Good Morning America, and he said, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm still an actor. I never stopped acting. That's my first love." But there are certain jobs when gigs don't call, I have to keep money coming in, and there's certain jobs that have great benefits, whether if it's health, dental, all the whole nine yards, and I have to get out there and start working. That story, and push directors and actors. Tyler Perry called and put him on his show, and since then I know he's been on other programs. Like, when people see that, they're like, oh no, that can't be. We have to do something about it. Now, hearing all of this, yeah, Mickey Rourke said, I don't like it. I don't like to accept things. But sometimes in a case like this too, you have to swallow your pride, Mickey. Okay? You have to swallow your pride. Folks are trying to help you, not hurt you. If it's so embarrassing to the point where you don't want to accept blessings coming to you, all right, that's on you, buddy. But you've had issues in your career in the past, okay? That's all I'm gonna leave it at that. We're gonna stay in some entertainment. This is a total opposite kind of story here, but I don't know if y'all heard about the actors Matt Rodgers and Bowen Yang. So Bowen Yang is he had just finished, I believe, after 7 years on SNL. He was there for 7 seasons. Called it a career on SNL. Now he's doing other things. He hosts a podcast with Matt Rodgers, and apparently they had faced some backlash because they shared their own opinion that folks didn't like, and now they're up here, putting out apologies, and I'm like, wait, what? Get out of here. So let me find the soundbite here, and I want y'all to hear for yourselves. I've watched it a little bit before the show, and I'm just like, no, I'm not a fan of it. So here's one clip right here where they both which raised some controversy, and then I have another one that I will share after that. Let me see here.
Anytime a politician is making it too obviously about themselves, I'm already done.
We're out.
Don't waste your money sending to Jasmine Crockett. Do not do it.
I must agree. Don't
do it. You're going to waste your money. Anytime a politician.
Okay, so that's clip 1. Okay, now I have a second one. So that first one that y'all heard was Matt Rodgers putting out, "Don't waste your money on Jasmine Crockett." He says, and I'll quote it here for you before I play you just other one. He says, okay, the name and the name of the podcast called Los Culturistas, Los Culturistas, I guess that's whatever. And okay, he says, don't waste your money sending to Jasmine Crockett. Do not do it. You're going to waste your money, Rodgers said. Sharing he donated to Sarah Gideon, the Maine representative who unsuccessfully challenged Susan Collins, and Yang agreed. This was back in where a previous a Maine representative, she ran to challenge Susan Collins in Maine in 2020, and she was unsuccessful with that, and Yang, his co-host, agreed. Okay, now obviously Matt Rodgers is speaking from a personal experience, and he says, look, just don't waste your money, don't waste your money. In addition to that, he said something before that. If I can find the quote, and I might have to replay the okay. He said, transparency and candor matters to me, especially on the podcast. I'm a very progressive person who cares deeply about winning these elections, but my phrasing was not. Oh, this is apologize. Okay, hold on. Let me try and. Okay, they don't have it up here in writing. Never mind. Well, let me play you the second clip here, and then we'll talk on the other side.
Let me just qualify the Jasmine Crockett thing. She's not going to win a Senate seat in Texas, you guys. Like, if Beto O'Rourke couldn't do it, like, Jasmine Crockett is not going to do it. She is and it's nothing against her. It's just that she is a politician and that she is like, very well defined already. And I think it's my opinion that we are going to need someone who is less defined at this moment that then rises up. Like, I'm interested in this Tallarico guy. from Texas.
Oh, I don't know him.
I'm just interested in him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I haven't seen him before. It would be hard for them to define him as anything other than what he is, which is like a rising Democratic politician from someplace like Texas, who is like, yes, speaking a little bit to the middle, but at least he's someone that like we can't define already.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Let me just qualify the Jasmine Crockett thing.
Okay, so what he said was she's so defined. She is good in the position that she's at right now. They need somebody new. That's what he's phrasing. He's saying we need somebody new. But Jasmine has always been, how can I put it? Which I have nothing against Jasmine Crockett at all. I mean, I think she's somebody that has benefited the Democratic Party on a federal level because for a while, Democrats have been criticized as not tough enough, not lack of a backbone. Not Jasmine Crockett. Okay, she is one tough cookie, but what he is sharing there is again his own personal opinion. He shared that his own personal opinion. In addition to that, he said do not donate to Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine has been successful throughout her political career right now in Congress. Now she's running for a higher position as a U.S. Senator. Now, I had shared with you before. It's a gamble move because now you give up a seat in the U.S. Congress. You give a seat in the House, and you are trying to win over almost half of the state of Texas, which Texas is a big ass state. Okay, I've considered Texas a red state. Other folks might consider it purple. I personally don't say it's blue. I don't think it's a blue state. Now, I did think it was interesting when Matt Rodgers has said if Beto O'Rourke can't win it, how do you think Jasmine can? Now, Beto O'Rourke ran for everything under the sun and still came up short. I think that was more a Beto O'Rourke issue. I don't think Beto O'Rourke didn't win a lot of stuff. Jasmine did. Beto O'Rourke at one point was a key contender in the Democratic Party, but again, did not succeed. Now, James Tellerico is a state legislator who is growing high praise and publicity from the public. They obviously show so many events and these big events that sell out for James Tellerico. He could be, that new face that somebody could say, "Oh, let's get him while he's hot." Matt Rodgers, to my knowledge, is saying, "Hey, look, we already know Jasmine Crockett's. She's very defined. We know her role as Congress. I think she should stay right now in Congress and then let James Tellerico continue to pile up, rather than have this split between who's going to be the better person." But anyway, let me read you this. Let me read you what USA Today had put. Okay, comedians Bowen, Matt Rodgers are walking back their comments about Texas Representative Jasmine Crockett after encouraging fans not to donate to her campaign. In an episode which I just played for you all, co-hosts waded into political territory by debating Democratic Party strategy for 2028 and Crockett's electability. Now, again, Matt Rodgers, I repeat, said, "Don't waste your money sending to Jasmine Crockett. Do not do it. You're going to waste your money." Sharing that, again, he donated in the past to a Maine representative who came very unsuccessful against Susan Collins. After the backlash, Rodgers and Yang posted an apology on Instagram. They said, okay, Dallas lawmaker Crockett, as you already know, she announced that she's running for the Senate in Texas. Democrats haven't claimed a statewide win in over 35 years. Okay, Democrats haven't claimed a statewide win in over 35 years. So just remember that point right there. Her bid sets off a competitive primary with state representative James Salarico, also regarded as another rising political star. Now, the listeners were quick to criticize Rodgers for what they deemed racially motivated comments that a black woman could not win the seat. I don't think at all that's what they said. This is when folks really overreact stuff. Now, me personally, I look at Texas as a red state, So put two and two together. Do you think, for one, a woman, a Democratic woman, and a woman of color could win in a red state? Now, she won on a higher position in Congress. So I get it if you come back saying, well, Arrington, maybe she definitely has a strong chance because she is a popular voice and she is she has won a congressional seat, which is very hard to win. So she already knows where the donors is, the strategy, the this, the that. So there is a possibility. I just think, once again, what was wrong? What did was it Colin Aldridge? He was a former congressman who was going to run for U.S. Senator again against Ted Cruz. Lost. He lost the first time. He was running again, and then end up dropping out the race, running for a seat in Congress in a newly redistricted spot. So he's a man of color, right? What did he do wrong? He mentioned Beto O'Rourke. He's not a man of color. He's a white guy, but he also ran a lot and did not win. What was the reason why they lost? The comment was uncomfortable to listen to. Comments under the says here, another comment on Instagram read, so unbelievable disappointing coming from a person in a marginalized community. I expected much better from you and Bowen. This is where I just feel like folks really overreact. Like what did you hear that was so racially motivated? Now, when it comes to donating money, look, I'm always careful when it comes to donating funds, right? Because you're taking a gamble. You're putting your own money to something that you're not going to get a return investment on. Yeah, you'll get probably a tax write-off, but if the person loses, well, I just wasted my money. Now, Matt Rodgers probably donated quite a bit and was very disappointed that she lost, and that scarred him. Okay, I know folks that refuse to donate money, but they might donate their time and volunteer and work on their campaign. That's a way of them contributing or donating. But for him to say, I think what people got more frustrated is because he said, don't donate to Jasmine. He could have just said, I'm not a fan of donating to campaigns due to what happened to me. But in the heat of the moments, us talkers, we tend to, we'll talk over and we forget and we'll be like, oh, spoke ahead. Probably shouldn't have said that, but it's already been said and now I'm getting criticized. You know what I mean? But that is never their intentions. In addition to that, I told y'all to, pinpoint that Democrats haven't claimed a statewide win in over 35 years. Over 35 years now. So remember that. It says here, transparency and candor matters to me, especially on the podcast. I'm a very progressive person who cares deeply about winning these elections, but my phrasing was not right. I will be more thoughtful. I really do promise, Rodgers wrote. I have great respect and admiration for Representative Crockett, and I regret that my words suggested otherwise. I just want us to win, and I will be better at finding ways to help. Yang also chimed in, reposting, saying that he regretted coercively he also pledged to use the platform for be more responsibly. Now, one thing I hate, y'all, is folks that are apologizing due to because my fans didn't like the way I said. No, your fans have to know that, hey, look, if y'all didn't like it, then I'll share it on the show. But I'm not apologizing for anything. They didn't say anything that was offensive, y'all. Y'all need to stop overreacting. This whole cancel culture BS is ridiculous. Okay? Now, I'm hoping, look, I'm a Crockett fan. I hope that she succeeds. But really, in general, I also like James Tellerico. I hope both of them, whoever wins between the two, I hope they succeed in their race. Because I'll be honest, I ain't crazy about Ted Cruz. I ain't crazy about him. Okay? This is coming from Ted Cruz is the guy that, is one of Trump's puppets. The man that was insulted by Trump. Trump called him and his wife out of their name. I think also criticized Cruz's father. And then all of a sudden now you're up there kissing the man's feet. Like, give me a break. Give me a break. Never been a fan of Cruz. But at the end of the day, Cruz keeps on getting reelected. He keeps on getting reelected. I think I'm just more nervous with the fact that when you're already a member of Congress, or you have a powerful position that you continue to make it your own, their goal is to have power of the majority. Okay? Keep power of the majority, because they're already losing some members from Congress, because hey, a lot of them are much older. You know what I shared on the previous show, how we got so many old folks that are serving in Congress. So yeah, a lot of folks that are retiring, leaving out of office. Me personally, I would not have left a powerful position that I currently have. If Jasmine believes that, hey, she can, and which is true, you can have a larger platform when you're in Senate, because like what, every state only has 2 senators. Most states might have 13 members of Congress. Some might have, depending on the size, might have 20 something members of Congress. It's always a lot more congressional members within a state than it is U.S. Senate. But every state in the United States has only 2 senators. You have a senior senator and a junior U.S. senator. So again, she knows that, let me get up there, because I can definitely be in charge. I can definitely have more of a saying. It's going to be a gamble. That's all I can say. But I want to share my 2 cents on this, because I just think it was bogus. I think it was truly bogus for them to even put out an apology. They gave their own opinion and keep it moving, y'all. I mean, to say, oh my gosh, that was racially offensive and this and the other. That's the whole problem, I think, with America right now, is that people don't let folks share their personal opinion on it. Now, I get it. I get it. I don't want folks to be so freely of the tongue, because I'm pro free speech, but I'm not pro hate speech. I ain't hear no hate speech in that. I didn't, y'all. And if y'all getting so offended by that, put all that frustration and stuff on on ways to to help Miss Crockett win. Okay, rather than criticize this. It's just, I don't know, that really irked me, y'all. That really irked me. Let's go ahead and transition from this story, y'all, and let's talk some do. What do I have to talk with y'all today? I want to shout out newly elected governor of Virginia, the Commonwealth state, Abigail Spanberger, Madam Governor. Why, you ask? Because Abigail Spanberger recently had signed not one, but 10 new executive orders. I believe the day of her she was inaugurated, the day she was sworn in. And one of those was a powerful bill that she voted on. Let me actually read them to you. You have, she end police cooperation with Trump's ICE, passed new maps to combat Trump's gerrymandering and eliminate up to 4 Republican House seats. She enshrined LGBTQ plus rights and abortion rights in the state constitution. Let's see, protect and expand voting rights, fire Republican appointees to the UVA board, reestablish support to diversity and inclusion, accelerated minimum wage increase, and build more housing to lower rent. So she's already just, I mean, she's doing a lot here. And let's see if I actually have I think I have the clip here of her writing that or discussing that executive order in regards to the ICE issue going on right now in certain states.
Executive order rescinds executive order number 47. State and local law enforcement should not be required to divert their limited resources to enforce federal civil immigration laws. It is a responsibility of federal law enforcement. Virginia state and local law enforcement officers must be able to focus on their core responsibilities, investigating crime and community policing. And this executive order rescinds.
I mean, she ain't messing around. She is not messing around. She is saying, nope, we got to talk about this. Look, I have another story I want to share. So that was newly elected Virginia Governor Abigail Spanberger, who happened to be she became the first woman elected to serve as governor of New York, Lord have mercy, of Virginia. Now, next story I want to share with you all. This is going on in Florida. So remember, I had played a clip of a Republican candidate, gentleman by the name of James Fishback. James Fishback was caught, in my opinion, sharing some very racially offensive things on social media to his opponent, Florida Congressman Byron Donalds, who is his primary opponent and they're both Republicans running to be the next governor of the Sunshine State. James have been saying a lot of wild stuff. I mean, calling Byron Donald Byron, and saying he wants to turn the state into a Section 8 home, and just said, hey, he's a criminal, this and that. I mean, like, extremely just wow. Anyway, he recently had brought up this suggestion he calls the sin tax. Okay, the sin tax. Let me see if I can share you this here. Let's see. Alrighty.
And a tax only for OnlyFans creators. That's what a candidate for Florida governor vows to do if he is elected.
Republican James Fishback wants to impose a 50% income tax on creators who live here in Florida. Fox 35's Larissa Leone spoke to him and some creators about this plan.
Republican candidate for governor James Fishback says if he wins, he wants to pass a 50% sin tax on OnlyFans creators. Fishback claims the move is to deter creators from being on the platform and protect young women in Florida.
Women used to aspire to be devoted moms, journalists, doctors, lawyers, nurses. And now they feel like the only way they can get by is by selling their bodies online to men in distant lands. And I'm running to stop that.
Fishback claims the move would raise around $200 million a year, saying he plans to put the money from those taxable funds towards the education system.
If you're a man or woman and you are selling your body on the internet, you can either have two options. The first of which is you can pay the state of Florida 50% so we can raise teacher pay, or you can quit doing that and do something that's morally righteous.
Florida-based OnlyFans content creator Piper Fawn sees the proposal as a way to police morality and for Fishback to impose religious beliefs onto the state.
He's saying, it's a sin, it's wrong. And that's true, that's fair. But sin is a biblical term. It's not a legal term. I feel like there's a lot more like other guidelines that they should be maybe worried about versus the tax part of it. If he's really trying to like make the state a safer spot or maybe make, changes for the better, I feel like there's other things that could be worked on and maybe put the effort towards versus taxing content creators.
According to an analysis from OnlyFans search engine OnlyGuider, people in the state of Florida spent more than $159 million on OnlyFans in the year 2025, with the city of Orlando spending more than $466,000. When asked if Fishback plans to propose a sin tax on consumers, he shared he's not opposed to the idea.
I'd be open to anything and everything. I want to be very clear. Both the creators and the consumers of that content are in the wrong.
We reached out to OnlyFans but have not heard back. Larissa Leone, Fox 35 News.
I think that's quite comical. I'm not gonna lie. I think that is quite comical because, for one, isn't the Republican Party the party that basically wants they're always against any form of taxes, correct? Okay. Two, what about the freedoms? Right? What about the freedoms? This man, now look, OnlyFans is a subscription-based content creating platform. Now, OnlyFans has the reputation of being the platform that mostly shows adult content, but there's other content. I mean, you have chefs up there. You have there's not. It's not just folks doing the nasty or showing off their parts on it. It's not just that. Now, I will say primarily that's what it's popular for, because remember when OnlyFans tried to remove that kind of content, they lost a lot. And then they like, hey, gotcha. We didn't, we were just kidding. Because they saw how much they were losing. But once again, this is a prime example of when government sees something that is extremely lucrative or making a lot of money and they don't have any saying in it, they want to do what they can to get money from that. So again, I just think it's comical. This is coming from a Republican candidate who's probably not for taxing the rich, okay, especially in his donors. And the lady that was getting interviewed was actually right. She's saying, hold up, sin is a biblical term, not a legal term. Okay, so what this is doing is pushing more of a religious base into households, and this is all being forced upon. Okay, this is all being forced upon. And again, Republican Party is their top religion is, they always talk about, Christianity, this, Christianity, that. And look, I'm a Christian myself, but let's be honest here. The Republican uses it as a selling point, as a term, as a talking point throughout elections all the time. Whether if it's about the abortion issue or anything. Now you're seeing it, with the content creators. And look, what's funny is he probably one of the consumers. Okay, like Florida, the one that is pouring so much money into that. They spent they said $159 million went to OnlyFans in the state of Florida. And what is that, in a year? Ooh. I mean, and now he's saying he wants to take that money and put it towards education. Well, do other stuff that put towards education. Okay, you're taking money from content creators; those are entrepreneurs. Okay, so you might as well just continue to tax every other business. That to me, that's a personal attack. In my opinion, that's a personal attack on something that he deems as sinful, and now you're calling it the sin tax. The sin tax. First of all, this guy's a clown. Excuse my French, man, but I'm not a fan of the tactics that he used. And look, I'm no Byron Donald fan. I respect him as a elected official in a sense, because for one, he's a black conservative. He takes the hits 24/7, right? He shares his opinion. Now, I do question him with the whole support of Donald Trump and, calling him daddy and stuff. That's just weird. But he has always stood by and his beliefs. But I will say this, Donald, Byron, to say that we're far better now than we were before back in the day when it comes to racism, you're probably right. But look, it still exists, and you're a part of the primary example of why. Look, racism is still here. There's a story I wish I can share with you of a Georgia man who recently got arrested. Actually, let me see here. Let me see if I can share just a little bit of this this clip of. Well, I'll share it to you on another program. But man out in Georgia went on this racist tantrum, and thank God he was arrested, but arrested for like a misdemeanor, and had his bail was at like $1,000, something like that. To me, it was like a brush off the wrist kind of crime. I personally think that any form of hate speech should be long term, or at least longer, a larger crime than it really is. Because when somebody yells out racial slurs to you, I'm sorry. We have to do. There has to be a change, in my opinion. What that man did, and if y'all look up the clip when we close this, try and find on social media. It's out there. It should still be out there. White guy, called this security guard, I think at a bank or something. Just everything under the sun, especially the N-word, but mostly the N-word. And they found him, arrested him, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting because it's the world we live in. And you got this candidate, James Fishback, does the same thing. Does the exact same thing. So it will be interesting. It will be interesting to see let's see how that Florida race goes. I would love to try and get in contact with some of these candidates. Hell, I even want to get a Fishback if he wants to, so we can talk more about this sin tax. But yeah, it's interesting. What's your thoughts on it? Do you think they content creators, or especially OnlyFans content creators, do you think they should be taxed? And set aside from your feelings about it, do you think they should be taxed 50% to the state? That's just a personal attack right there. That's ridiculous. Let the people make their money, and it's supposed to be a private thing anyway. Like, it's personal businesses. Let them make their money, because OnlyFans has created a lot of millionaires. Shoot, I might need to be an OnlyFans model or something. Make me a little paper. Shoot, my money funny sometimes. You know what I'm saying? My money funny. I can see right now, babe. I just made my first. I'll do it maybe for like 99 cents. I'm not gonna be so aggressive, because. Who am I, right? I might show a shoulder or two. No, I'm joking. Anyway, y'all, my time is about to come up, but thank you so much for sticking with us here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Please be sure to tune in weeknights, available on all digital and streaming platforms, as well as the radio airwaves. Here we discuss great conversation. We also have opportunities to speak with some awesome folks in the world of politics, sports, and entertainment, and community activism. Stay tuned, because we're fingers crossed. I might have some great news I'll be sharing with you on the show very soon. But until then, stay safe out there, stay informed, and just enjoy yourselves. Talk with y'all soon. I'm out.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.